Our editor sucks. He cut out the whole start of yesterday's episode. It was like the
know.
best
sucked.
part.
Did the editor add any pictures?
No.
Damn.
Editor.
I can't believe we're paying for this.
Yeah, just like how I pay you to look at the lunch and you don't do it.
I think the editor should get paid more personally.
I think you're. Oh shit.
Might go
Guys,
in
how
the
about we admit
podcast.
to any crimes we've committed through
Kyle.
our lives?
You said you like to speed.
do too. Who
likes
doesn't?
Speed.
Well, in California, if you're not speeding in the left lane, then you're doing it wrong.
The amount of people who go like 5 below the speed limit in the left lane.
No, that's terrible. Have you guys ever vandalized an In-N-Out after a football game?
Have you?
No.
I can't have Chick-fil-A, so
Why?
I fucking cook everything in peanut oil.
Are you allergic to peanuts?
Yeah.
You
I
look
am.
like
You
you're
would- you would
allergic.
be
What?
I'm allergic to peanuts.
You also
You
kind of
would
look
be.
like
you
you're
guys would be
allergic.
allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Less than 2% of
Less than
the
2% of the population
Wow.
is affected by a peanut allergy. That's
So,
just
wait,
I'm
sad.
allergic,
So
to,
we've got-
more, I'm allergic
Wow.
to more than peanuts.
Yeah,
so-
same.
Well, we're gonna.
Are you guys
specific-
allergic to dairy?
No.
Like lactose, I mean.
No.
Even though, I mean, isn't like more than half the population allergic to lactose because you're not supposed to have it once you're
Yeah.
a certain age?
Actually, it's not like evolutionarily good.
Yeah.
Not
You
now,
should eat.
considering
Oh my
the
god!
waste.
One episode, you should eat a peanut.
No.
I'll literally-
You'll
No,
literally
we can
die
do that
and
for,
you'll
like,
have to bring him to
can
the
we
ER.
could do that for like
it
the
won't,
100
EpiPen won't
subscribers.
save my life.
It just prevents it from spreading quicker.
How about 100 subscriber special?
Gives time for the
100.
If we hit a
I think that'd have to be a million. Yeah.
If we hit 1 million subscribers, the most I will do is rub it on my arm.
Can I get this off track a little bit? So, I have a would you
We should
rather
kick him out of this podcast.
Sure.
He's fucking up every single conversation.
Yeah, Alden, you're just
You're
the
just
editor.
the editor now.
No,
Just
I'm not
the
just the
editor.
editor. Let me ask you guys a question, okay? Would you rather be allergic to peanuts or be a lizard?
A
Allergic
lizard.
to peanuts.
I would be allergic.
I
I already
would be
am. So
Already am.
Well, would you rather be you or would you rather be a lizard?
Why would I want to be a
I
lizard?
feel like that's really a
lizard
disrespectful
can-
question.
A
To who?
lizard can.
Me,
It's
'cause I feel
meant
like
to
you're
be
trying to
disrespectful.
disrespect me.
A lizard can regrow its tail.
Okay.
Only once.
I think you guys
Some can probably do it more than once.
you guys think of being a lizard as bad.
It is bad.
Why is it bad?
So I can be
Because
eaten.
You want to get picked up by like a child and like crushed with a rock.
Yeah.
I feel like most lizards
And
lead,
screamed at.
I feel like most lizards lead fairly simple, like happy lives.
Boring lives.
Yeah,
All
you
they
sit-
do is
You
eat,
sit on a
sleep,
rock
in the
and then
sun.
you
Yeah.
eat stuff.
Yeah.
Like people would kill to have a life of a lizard.
Exactly.
Hi. So I'm here today to tell you about the neon game tonight. Starts at 7.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. Starts
Yeah.
at 7. Wear neon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all I have for you. But there's one more thing. Do you happen to have any spare homecoming shirts that? All right.
No.
Because we're checking.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. That was our spirit rep,
Yeah,
the
that
goat.
The goat.
I don't even know his
Tyler?
name. I think
could be
he looks
Tyler.
like a Tyler.
It could be Tyler.
I think it's Ty.
Yeah, it's Ty. It's
Ty? You're telling me his name is Ty?
Yeah.
We always love when Ty comes in.
It's always a good time.
It is always a good time.
God damn.
Alden,
Yes.
your last Would You Rather was terrible.
What?
Give us a new one. Like,
want me to
it
give
was
you a new one?
funny
Your questions
because
are-
it was disrespecting the weaker humans who have peanut allergies.
Okay. Do you guys want an
But
actual?
give
would
us
you
a
rather?
real Would You Rather.
Okay. Give me. You guys talk for a second. I'm gonna think.
I have a
After he
great.
interrupts our question,
I
he
have
asks
a
the terrible
great
question.
Would you rather?
What is
Okay.
it, Tate?
Would you rather? Would you rather have video games
Uh-huh.
Or
but no bacon?
Oh,
No, you said it wrong.
But no
There's a
games?
certain phrasing to it.
what?
There is a
I'll
certain
say it, I'll say it.
phrasing.
Would you rather have unlimited bacon
Uh-huh.
but no games, or would you rather have games? Unlimited games,
No, not
but no
unlimited.
games. What do you guys think?
Are we talking like just pork bacon?
No,
or are we
this is-
including every single type of
Pork,
bacon? in this
pork,
discussion?
bacon.
The question says bacon.
Bacon.
Like, so we
This is a
including like
really
turkey
famous
bacon,
would you
bacon.
rather.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Alden, I have a really famous would you, or not a famous
Wait,
one.
answer
but
mine.
I would rather have games, but no games.
Okay, that's fair, I guess.
Kyle.
Why would you choose that?
Same.
Yeah,
'Cause
why
then
would you
have
choose
no
that?
games?
You have no games in that situation.
You know what? I think I'd like to change my answer.
Okay,
I'd rather go bacon and no games. You know,
okay. You
'cause-
do get unlimited bacon in that case.
yeah.
But then you have no games.
You do have no games in that.
I have no games in the other one.
But you have
either.
games
No.
in the other one.
I
We
don't
have,
have-
we have unlimited games in the other one.
Kyle.
I'm so confused right now.
Guys, if you're in the comments right now, drop your social security number.
And you're- yeah.
And you can also, if your mom leaves your credit card out, if you take the numbers on it and you put them in the comment section, you will get a prize.
Alden, stop trying to get Tate when he watches
Don't
this later.
forget the expiration date.
Yeah, don't forget the three little
And
numbers.
Or
the
the
CVV.
or the 3V something.
Yeah,
CVV.
Yeah, exactly.
CBD.
And your zip code.
And your name. Just
Yeah.
send a front and back picture.
Just send a front and back.
If you can send your birth certificate and your social security number as well, I think we'll even get you like.
You might get
maybe-
a $19
We'll get you.
Fortnite
You know what? We'll
gift
get
card.
you a bouncy house.
A bouncy house.
Yeah, a bouncy house.
I would do that for a bounty house.
You know what? My friend had a neighbor who just owned a bouncy house,
Actually,
and it
you
was
know
in
what?
their front yard.
You know what we should answer? What would you do for a bouncy house? What would you be
I
willing
think that comes
to
down to our other question.
No.
Um,
See, it'll be funny because they won't know what the other question is when they listen to this. Because I'm definitely gonna cut it out.
All right. What I would do for a bouncy house.
Yeah, what would you
The
do?
real question is what I wouldn't do for a bouncy house.
That's good.
Kyle.
What?
What would you do for a bouncy house? If you were told you can do something and receive a bouncy house, what is your limit?
Yeah, what's the thing?
My limit.
Yeah.
Your limit. What's the thing that you would do just before you're unwilling to do something?
Yeah, exactly. This can be
I
anything.
feel like there'd not be a whole lot of options. It's realistically.
Like Tate could say, yeah, I would eat a peanut
Yeah.
and go to the ER, and that would be the last thing I would do to get a
Kyle is a
bouncy
good
house.
answer. I would do
Appendix removed.
a hit and run for a bouncy house.
That's a good one, Tate. I already had my appendix removed. So
I think
can't.
that the
can't do
most.
that.
I
Can you
think-
sell your appendix for money?
You probably
Probably
can.
not worth a license.
No,
Are you
it's
guys
not.
gonna
It's organ on the
sell?
planet.
Are you guys gonna sell one of your
Balls.
kidneys?
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what I would do for a bouncy
Would you
house.
sell your ball?
I would
Alden?
sell my ball.
Your
Just one
left
of them.
One or your right one?
Actually, I almost lost my ball a number of years ago because
Tell us a story about
I'll
that.
tell you guys
Did
a
you get
story.
testicular torsion?
Yes, I did actually. I got testicular torsion, and they were like, "There's no blood flowing. We're gonna have to like cut it open and get in there." And so they did, and it was really bad.
How did you know?
How did I
you
know?
get
It hurt.
testicular torsion.
I don't know. It happens randomly.
Oh, struggle.
I was
Tragic.
I lost the lottery of men. So
You lost your left nut.
no, I didn't lose. I
Process.
didn't lose either of them. They fixed it.
Oh, that's not as funny. All right. So I have a similar story, and it's kind of me being mad at my parents. But I had an appendicitis, and
And appendicitis.
Actually, who here has an appendix still?
I don't know what that is.
It's
You probably
if
don't-
you,
you
if you don't know
probably-
what it is, you still have it.
anyway, hold on. Let me tell. I had an appendicitis, and I had it, and I was throwing up constantly for 3 days straight. And I was telling my parents, like, "Can you take me to the hospital?" And my parents keep telling me no for 3 days. of constant throwing up, at least every 5 minutes. Anytime I'd swallow something, I'd throw up. Anyway, so they finally took me, and they're like, oh yeah, you have an appendicitis. And if you would have waited any longer, you could have died. Which is great, you know, being 6 years old and having that being told. Yeah.
Yeah, so Ashton's parents just tried to kill him.
And my favorite thing is when I hear stories about other people going to the ER because they think they have an appendicitis, and then they don't. Because my parents were like, no, he doesn't have an appendicitis, when I did. It's like the opposite.
Why are you calling it an appendicitis?
It's just
That's what
appendicitis.
That's what happened to me when I broke my arm. My parents thought I was like joking, and I just like couldn't use my arm for like a few weeks. I'm like, Mom, I think my arm's broken. She's like, I don't believe you. And my arm was just like broken, and it was just like getting worse.
Your arm was broken and your mom didn't believe you?
Yeah,
Did you like swing it like freely?
I couldn't swing it. She's like,
I wouldn't believe you either.
If I had a broken arm, I'll tell you guys what I'd do. I don't care how much it would hurt. I would take the part of my arm that's broken, I would spin it around like a helicopter. Just to see what it looks like.
Okay, look, Alden, you can't be lying on our podcast like this.
makes you think
Kyle, tell us a story about the time you went to the hospital.
Well, I went to the hospital, 2 weeks ago because I thought I had appendicitis. And turns out I didn't. And I had to have 2 IVs because the freaking dumbass resident nurse didn't know how to freaking put an IV in.
Oh my
And he
God.
couldn't find my freaking vein.
I
And I
have a
hate
story
needles.
like
I
that,
almost
but
fucking
way
threw up on
Wait,
his
Kyle.
face.
I think you should tell the audience the time when you punched the kindergartner in the face.
Okay, back to me.
Actually, you know what? Kyle should talk about that time that he like actually kicked a group of puppies.
And then he screamed racial slurs at the owner. No, but actually I have another story. One time I went to the hospital to get a physical.
I'm going to the bathroom.
I went to the hospital for a physical, and then they were trying to get my blood or whatever. So what they did, let me finish my story. So anyway, they stick the needle in my arm. She like wiggles it around, can't find the vein. So she has to take it
I
out,
almost
and
threw
then
up.
she puts it in my other arm, does the same thing, can't find it again, and then finally she does it back
This is
in this
making me
other.
sick just
She
thinking
puts it
about
back
it.
in my right arm again, and then she finally finds a vein. She fills it up right. She's like, "Okay, you're good to go." Me and my mom, we're walking out. She comes running after us. She's like, "Oh, sorry, I filled the wrong things." So they had to come back, and I had to get another one so they could fill up the right containers. So I had to get like four things,
No,
and they were like
no, thank you.
pointing around.
Stop. This is genuinely making my stomach hurt.
I
thinking
don't
about
even
it.
care about needles though.
I hate needles so much. Like, I hate
I only hate needles if they go like right here.
That's like where it was.
that's where an IV is.
Yeah, that's
Like-
where they were doing it. They were like,
It's literally right here. It's going like that.
Yeah, I don't like.
but yeah, she couldn't find the vein, so it was like wiggling it around so she could find it. And I'm like, it can't be that hard. You can literally see them, right? Anyway, so that's another
Stop with the
interesting
needles.
story.
My stomach genuinely hurts right now. Like actually, it's making me nauseous.
That's another funny story about me going to the hospital.
I went to the emergency room once because I slammed my finger in a car door when I was like 5 in a Target parking lot.
That's pretty sad.
And then I went back to Target.
What is the stupidest thing you've ever done?
I've done a lot of stupid things.
I have too.
Kyle, was that you?
What is the most recent stupid thing you've done?
Oh man.
What were you saying in mythology about some kid jumping off a rock and
Oh
dying?
no. Okay. Well, so at the lake that is
The lake.
close by us, there's a rock that people
Which
jump
one?
off of.
That one or that one?
Probably
That one. That one.
Okay.
The
tall one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, there was a tall rock, and at the time I was jumping off, it was probably like 30 feet or something. But when the water's high, it can get down to like 15 or something like that. Anyway, so I used to jump off this rock, and it was really fun. But then like 2 years ago, this guy, he jumped off the rock, except he didn't know how to swim. And he was drunk, so he died and now it's illegal to jump off the rock, and we call it the death rock. But people still jump off it anyway, and I haven't done it since, but I kind of want to because I miss it. Anyway, that's the story that I was telling him, because I could pretend to be Icarus falling out of the sky by jumping off the rock.
I've done a lot of stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the most recent stupid thing I've done though.
Just think of one.
Yeah, Tate, what did you do yesterday?
I actually didn't do like anything yesterday. Like I didn't have homework, so I'm like, I'm gonna watch movies on an illegal website, and I watched The Wolf of Wall. Oh my God, The Wolf of Wall Street and The Bat. Oh my God. All right,
It's
that's
like the presentation all over again.
yeah. I watched The Wolf of Wall Street.
He's going
and The
through
Bat.
puberty at 16 or 17
And
years
my
old.
mom's like, why aren't you doing your homework? I'm like, I already did it. She's like, fuck you. And
Alden, what stories do you have about bad parenting?
Oh, about bad parenting? Actually, I feel like I have pretty good parents.
It doesn't have to be your parents.
Oh, it doesn't have to be my parents?
No.
Okay, well, I could talk about any number of like parents at Target that are stupid and let their kids like run around and do whatever they want. Because I had the pleasure of working in the toys department, and every single day there were little children running around knocking over things, and then my manager would come over and be like, "Hey Alden, why is it a mess over here?" And I would be like, "Okay, well there's like 80 children running around throwing things around. That's probably why it's a mess." But I didn't
Is that
say
why
that.
you got fired from Target?
I quit, but it was pretty frustrating.
Mutual leaving.
And usually, it would, like at the end of the day, when we were kind of closing up and it would wind down, I would have to clean up all that. But it would be very difficult too, because believe it or not, 80 children can mess up a lot more than 80 children throughout a day can mess up more than one Target employee can fix in like an hour.
I could have done it.
Ashton says he could have done it. But yeah, I could actually I could have more stories about Target. There was one time.
That can be its own thing. Anyway, I have these really evil cousins that you reminded me of. And like anything I give them, they kind of just destroy because they're kind of small. But so one day when they were coming over to my house, I had the idea to barricade my room because I don't have a lock, and then jump out of my window so I could get back to like the main part of the house. And it worked really well. And my cousin, she's like massive. She's like 80 pounds and like 6 years old. And she's like tall, and she's like super strong. Like she's not like fat, but like she's like super strong and tall.
Can we have some context? Ashton is 4'11" and 60 pounds. Which
Yeah,
is why he says
that's why I'm so scared of my cousin. Anyway, so she like tries to kick down my door, and me with my engineering prowess, I built a barricade out of a chair that worked perfectly, and she didn't get in, but she started crying because she couldn't get into my room where I have all the stuff they like to break. And it was awful. But all the parents, except for their parents, thought it was funny that I barricaded my room. But their parents, my aunt, was actually pretty mad because I barricaded my room so my cousins couldn't get into it. So yeah, it's a story about partially why I hate annoying children.
Nice.
I hate children too.
yeah, we know because
You hate everybody. Kate, talk about Kyle's problem with hate. His hate issue.
Why, like, I was with him one day, and he was picking up, like, someone from, like, elementary school, and they're in kindergarten, and some little kid ran up to Kyle and, like, did a Fortnite dance, and that really angered Kyle, so he punched the little kid in the face, and the mom almost called the police. It was very, very frightening.
That's a great that's a great example.
Yeah.
I have a similar story about another friend. I went to the outlets one time when I was in 7th grade with my friend and my other friend. And we were in a Starbucks, and this little girl was running around. She was probably like 5 or 6, running in circles, like laps around the Starbucks. And my friend took a step back right as the kid was passing and tripped the kid, and it fell on his face and started crying. So from then on, we kept like making fun of her because she tripped a baby, and like said that she hates children. And it just reminds me of Kyle on a daily basis.
I'm actually going to break my silence right now. So I told you guys about my medical history, and I didn't tell you how I got testicular torsion, okay?
You said it
actually
just popped up.
Okay, I lied though. What actually happened is when I was playing baseball.
It's really quiet right now.
I know. I'll do some ASMR until we're ready. ASMR story time. When I was playing baseball. No, I need to finish my story. Kyle came up to me while I was playing baseball, and he knocked me out with a baseball bat. Wait, hang on. He knocked me out with a baseball bat, and he pulled down my pants, and then he twisted my balls.
That's how nothing got testicular torsion.
It is.
It was Kyle. He firmly grasped it and twisted his balls, and that's how we got the torsion.
That's exactly what happened.
Now, Kyle just goes around, but the thing is, he's gotten older, but his targets haven't. He still targets 6-year-olds playing baseball, and that's the end of our ASMR story. Thank you. Now, time to hit our outro.
Are we leaving?
We're not leaving, but
We still have like 10 minutes.
we don't want to film 10 more minutes.
No, we don't actually.
All
That
right,
would be
are
really
you
bad.
guys ready?
3, 2, 1.
Hold up.
Boom, boom, boom.